You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio. Hello, friends. CJ here once again for the second episode of the Gamer Geeks video show. This is the show where we take one game and teach you all the tricks and how to play it and everything going in depth with a particular game. This week around we're playing AEG's Epic PvP, and joining me this time is my friend Bree. Hi, Bree.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Excellent. Before we get into the game and discussing all of the goodness that goes along with it, this episode of the Gamer Geeks show is brought to you by Amazon, our Amazon affiliate link at geek-io.net/Amazon, and Serenity Games in Seminole, Florida. Visit serenitygames.com for amazing deals, promotions, for pretty much any game that you can possibly think of. This game, like I said earlier, is Epic PvP, brought out by AEG. It is what is called a shuffle building game, where you basically pick two classes, in this case a race and a class. You take their specific decks, shuffle them together, and that's how you play. That's what you play with in the game. I'm personally playing a Catfolk Rogue. The Catfolk race has 4 health, 5 initiative. We'll get to what those mean here in just a moment. With the power of After Aggression, once per game, you may skip your draw phase. If you do, look at the cards in your aggression pile, put up to 3 of them into your hand, shuffle the rest back into your deck, gain 1 aggression for each card shuffled into your deck that way. Again, we'll get into that, what those words mean here in just a second. Next up, I am the Rogue class, which has a 4 initiative. During my end phase, if I dealt any damage to your enemy, you may draw a random card from your enemy's hand. If you do, give them a card from your hand. And what are you playing, Bree?
I am playing a human. I have 5 life and 2 initiative. For the setup, I have to put 3 insight counters on my card. Before playing moves is once per turn, you may remove an insight counter from this card. If you do, discard any number of cards from your hand, then draw that many cards. And my class is going to be, I am going to be a paladin. I have an initiative of 3, and after you take damage, you may draw a card from your deck. If you do, discard a card either from your hand or your aggression pile.
All right. So, basic setups in the game is you figure out who goes first by adding up the total initiative, which is the green number on both the class and race cards. The red number is the amount of health that you have. My total initiative is 9. Bree, what's your initiative?
My initiative is 5.
All right. So kind of goes without saying that playing a rogue and cat people, I go fast, but I don't have many hit points. So at the beginning of the game, you put aside your life total from the top of your deck to the side, which is that is your life pile. Once that hits 0, you lose. Simple as that. Then each player draws 5 cards. There is no mulliganing in this game. You get what you get, and you don't have a fit. Now, each player's turn begins with what's called the aggression phase. This game handles drawing a bit differently, which took Bree and I a little bit of time to get adjusted to. You don't draw cards out of your deck. You put them into your aggression pile, which is both, for Magic players, your mana and also your draw pile. You have to announce how many cards you're pulling out of your aggression pile, and then you draw that many. And then you move on to playing cards from your hand at that point, equal or less than the amount of aggression that you have. You always do 2 aggression at the beginning of your turn, and then you can do the draw phase if you choose to, which obviously during the first turn, not really a thing that you typically want to do. I am going to play Face Slash for 2 aggression. Before your enemy assigns blocks, choose a enemy defense that is able to block this attack. Assign that defense to block this attack. And for 0, I'm going to play Hidden Blade. It is a 0/1 vanilla card. Now, when you play cards, they're facing towards you where the defense is facing towards your opponent. This doesn't really matter in the first turn. We'll get to combat here when Bree gets to go. But when your turn is over, you turn the cards facing your opponent where the attack numbers are facing them. That indicates that they are going to be attacking their turn. So I'm going to pass turn to Bree.
Okay, so I'm going to take 2 and I'm going to put them down here into my aggression pile.
Yeah, we're both very new to this game, so.
And so what I'm looking at as I'm looking at my cards is I need it to be 2, but he's got 3.
Well, each character can only be blocked with one character, so you would have to have 2 of them out to stop from taking a damage. I just realized why that hidden blade is actually decent. It's only good on the first turn. It's very bad after that.
All right. I am going to have to use one of my human abilities, which is my insight token that I can trade in, and I'm going to put 2 cards. Again, it says once per turn you may remove an insight counter from this card. If you do, discard any number of cards from your hand, then draw that many cards. So I've got I think I'm going to just discard 2.
Okay.
And redraw.
Yep.
So. All right.
That doesn't cost any aggression or anything like that each.
Nope, that just costs my insight token.
Yep.
So, which is ability unique to humans.
Yes. Because humans must always get something that does not make them terrible.
Besides free will.
Yes. And also an extra feat. D&D people. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Listen to the Maniple Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on Geek-IO.net.
Okay. So this is really only going to help me a little bit. That hidden blade's really not giving me much of a choice here. So I'm going to be playing Blessed Blade. So after playing, which is a 1.
Okay.
And it says after playing moves, you may discard this move from play to give one of your other moves a +1 attack, +1 defense, and a +1 damage counter. Which, since that's the only card in play, it's not really going to do much for me. But I am going to add a Power Strike, which is an action card. And it says, after playing moves, one of your moves gains 2 +1 attacks and 2 +1 defense counters.
Okay, wow. All right.
So, 2 +1, these are the defense, correct?
Correct.
And attack. Alright. And that'll be the end of my turn, so I'm going to...
I'm going to force him to block him.
Alright.
So that means my hidden blade goes through, dealing you 1 damage.
Alright.
So when you get dealt damage, it doesn't matter how strong the character is. They could be a 10-10. If the damage goes through, you only take 1 from your life pile unless you have additional damage counters on the card, like what he grants. The attack only really matters when facing other creatures because they can only block characters if their defense is at or above what the attack is. So in this case, she has a 3 or a 1 attack defense. Oh no, I can't assign him, so it's still gonna doesn't matter. You're getting hit for 1.
Yeah.
She can only block my hidden blade because she only has 1 defense versus the 1 attack. She can't block my face slash because that has 2 attack. But it doesn't really matter. It's always just 1 damage that goes through unless otherwise said. So then you take a card from the top card of your life pile and put it into your discard pile. And then both of my creatures go away because they have done their duty, and now they are retired. That ends my turn. Breeze Knight thingy there turns to attack me this turn. Those actually go on him, by the way. The defense tokens don't really matter, but that means he is a 3 attack.
Which I believe, is this a constant? Just one of my moves.
Yeah.
Okay, so once this guy's done, this card will go away.
Correct. All right, aggression phase. 2 blind to the top of the deck. Leaves me with 4. I have to come over 3. I'm going to play a 4/4 basic strike. Basic strikes are exactly that. Each class and race has, I think, 3 per deck of varying power. So, what are you doing? Cheating?
No, I was checking. I was looking at my cards and I realized, I'm like, oh, did I pull the 2? And I'm like, oh wait, yes I did. They're in play. So those are going to the bottom of my deck.
Cheater! So he's going to be able to block your blade there. So no damage comes through to me. I am then going to play, after blocking, Barbed Blade. After blocking, add a +1 damage counter to one of my moves. So, damage counter is blood. So next turn, if she can't block my 4 attack, she gets dealt 2 damage instead of just 1. And pass turn.
Okay.
So those go into your graveyard.
Yep.
Discard pile, graveyard, waiting room, drop zone, whatever you want to call it.
All right. So I have 4 in here now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything that I can use with that, unfortunately. So I am going to draw 1 from my aggression pile.
Okay.
And I am going to do a quick stab, which is at the end phase. If this attack was blocked and your enemy took damage from another attack, your enemy will take 1 damage.
Okay.
I'm also going to play an action card. Pain is my teacher. This is a...
Oh, Bray, I didn't know you were into that kind of thing.
It is a permanent card.
All right.
So doesn't matter who's out, it's going to stay out. After I take damage, I get to draw a card.
Nice. All right. So my barbed bladed basic strike is going to swing over your person for 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an action that is played after you take damage, which is Drenched in Poison. If your enemy took damage this turn, your enemy discards a random card from their hand, and you may draw a card. So...
Discard random?
Yep. That one?
You have a knack for always picking the move that hits the hardest.
Of course. Draw a card, and... Is that your turn?
Draw a card?
No, I drew a card because of my...
Okay.
So.
But yeah, so since she's out, but...
Nope, she gets turned to attack me.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you
And that's whenever you deal damage, you draw a card?
When I take damage.
Oh, so you draw a
So
card. Yeah, you did
you-
draw a card from that.
Did 2 damage,
Yes.
correct? So,
Yep,
I
and then
will-
you draw a card from her. All right. She's just a 1/1 or 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to use 5. This is going to be kind of wasted, but I'm going to play Shadow Stab. After playing moves, you may discard the top card of your deck. This move gains a number of +1 defense counters equal to the total defense of the discarded card. I don't need to do that, so I'm not going to waste a card that I could use later.
mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to block your quick stab
Mm-hmm.
and end my turn.
All right.
So he flips over to attack you. He's a 5 attack.
All right. Does she go in my discard pile?
Yes. Always, 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 always. They get 1 attack and 1 defense turn each.
Okay. So, I'm going to put 2 in my aggression pile.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, I'm going to draw one for my aggression pile
Okay.
that I can't use.
Oh, sad face.
Seems to be my luck this round. So, again, I'm going to play a quick stab.
Okay.
It's not going to do me much good, but...
Well, I have no cards in my hand currently, so... All right, so are you going to play anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
All right, so you are going to take 1 damage from him, and you get to draw a card from her.
Okay.
So that goes into the discard, and do aggression. All right, I am going to activate my Catfolk ability, which means I can look at my aggression pile, take 3 of them, put them into my hand, and then shuffle the rest into my deck and re-aggression that many cards. So, nope, not yet. She has a chance to attack.
That's right.
I'm going to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 and 3. I'm going to shuffle the rest in and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as aggression. Maybe. It's nice not playing with $100 cards, so it can be a little bit more aggressive with shuffle like these. It's really weird shuffling Weiss and Magic cards. It's like, man, this card's a lot of money.
Oh, it's so funny because people they shuffle like...
Yep. Well, it's like, because do you want to cut or not?
Yeah.
All right. Because, I mean, the people know that little piece of cardboard may be worth $50, $60, $120 more if you're playing Legacy. Black Lotus is in your deck. Also, if you do that, you're kind of stupid.
Who plays with a Black Lotus?
Typically they will. I've seen
take a picture of it, put it in a sleeve.
Yep, and then have it off to and like a protected case off to the side, just proving that they have it.
In a plexiglass box.
Yep. And one time I went to Origins, and we did they did a Legacy tournament up there. So a person did indeed have like 4 shadow boxes in front of them with 4 Black Lotuses in them. But each of them were, and I'm not joking with you, attached to their wrists.
Oh.
They modified them to have a what's the not Velcro. Not Velcro, the stretchy bungee cord attached to their wristbands. Because that's like, let's see, that's
you don't want
$2,000 worth of cards sitting in front of you.
You don't want someone swiping that off the table.
Yeah. And it was a bigger, like, he was bigger than me at my biggest. So, like, nobody was going to come up and try and take them from him. But he was not about to let those out of his sight. And I don't blame him at all. All right. So, I'm going to play. Before playing moves, I'm playing Steel Fur. Your enemy chooses. You draw a random card from their hand or 2 cards from their deck.
Alright. So what am I drawing? How many?
I get to choose. You choose if I take 1 card from your hand or 2 from your deck.
Let's go with the 2 from my deck.
All right. Thank you. Sneaky sneakies. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dang it. I'm only going to take 1 damage. I'm at 4. Pass. I'll take the damage. So, I take a damage because her attack goes through. And it's your turn.
Alright. She's done.
Yep.
So, alright. I've got my 2 aggression.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to put down just a basic strike.
All right, 6/6 basic strike. All right, she doesn't block anything because I don't have anything on my field. So you're done?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so she goes to attack me. I aggressionize, and now I have 7. I'm going to draw 1, bring myself down to 6. I'm going to play Alpha Predator. Before playing moves your opponent chooses, you draw 1 card from their aggression pile or draw 2 cards from their deck.
Alright.
Cat folks be stealing, man. Alright, so I still have...
This is not representative of the entire catfolk population.
Alright, so I have to get over 6. I have 2 choices. You know what? I'm just going to go with a straight 6/6 basic move and make her face herself. Alright, so your attack doesn't go through. So she goes to your waiting room, graveyard, discard pile. And
Your
she goes
insert name here
Exactly.
pile.
And it's your turn.
Alright, so, so now I'm up to 8 in my aggression pile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna up the ante a little bit, and 7.
Alright. So she gets blocked, so she goes to your discard pile. And anything else?
That's it.
Alright, so he goes to attack next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And go up to 8 aggression. Alright, so I too am going to up said ante. I hope this is going to work. I don't know if it is or not. But I'm going to spend...
Close, but no
Yes.
cigar.
Nope. Alright, I'm going to spend 4 on a 4/4 Vicious Elbow. After playing moves, all of your other moves get +1 attack. Spend 2 on Hunter's Fury. After playing moves, if you have 3 or more attacks in play, draw a card. I'm going to play Blessed Blade. After playing moves, you may discard this card from play to give one of your other moves 1 attack, 1 defense, and 1 damage. And my Hidden Blade for 0. So, after moves are played, I'm going to trigger all of my abilities. His first... his first. So I'm going to discard him back to yours and give her 1 attack, 1 defense, and 1 damage. Her power activates, giving each of these 1 extra damage. His power activates because I have 3 out, and I draw a card. And so I'm going to take a damage because I'm not able to get over 7.
Okay.
So that goes there, and that's my turn.
All right. And he's done?
Yep.
Okay.
So you have to be able to block 3 characters or die this turn.
All right. I'm definitely going to use this, one of my initiatives again. Because at this point, it'd be a waste not to.
Yeah.
I only have 1 card. I didn't get one that was any better.
What does your Paladin ability do again?
After you take damage, you may draw a card from your deck. If you do, you have to discard a card from your hand.
Oh, okay. So you're going to try and get some of your aggression pile? Because these guys aren't very big.
Oh, that's right. I haven't added to my aggression pile.
No, you have not. I mean, he's 2, he's 3, and she's 5. So
I'm gonna...
admittedly, if one of them goes through, you're done. But
all right, so I'm gonna draw 2 from my aggression pile because I don't have a whole lot to work with right now.
yeah.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 still left in. So all right, got something good.
There you go.
Okay, so after playing moves, you may add a +1 attack or a +1 defense to a counter move. So I can't do both for the Holy Strike.
Correct.
So that's 5.
Okay. So it's able to block one of them.
I can't combine these two?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Not unless he has multiple shields like the Wall of Claws
All right,
does.
well, I'm just going to put them all down
All
because
right.
it's 5, 6, 7. Actually, I can only do one more, unfortunately.
All right.
So I am going to take damage anyways, but
Yep.
I put up a good fight.
Yes.
I'm going to put down another basic strike.
All right. Yep. And
2 and 2. Oh, wait. Add +1 attack or +1 defense.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
to this move, only this one, not all of them, unfortunately.
So yeah, that's going to be in because you can block him and her, but
Mhm.
he's still going to go through.
Yep.
Hidden Blade for the win!
Gotta watch out for those hidden blades.
Yes, it's Assassin's
All right.
Creed up in this piece. So this is obviously last time around we played Weiss, so it took a while. Do you want to play another game, or do you just want to kind of discuss this for a couple of minutes?
We could talk about it.
Okay. So what did you think of this?
It's definitely one of those games where it starts off pretty easy and then gets progressively more difficult. Especially since you don't just get your draw every turn that you get with a lot of card games.
Yeah,
You have to, there's a little bit of a sacrifice involved.
absolutely.
If you want to draw.
Yeah, it's fascinating how they handle resource management in this game. The jury's still kind of out on if I really like it or not, but it's still
It's definitely nice to have as a two-player game because there's always
yeah.
situations where you always want to play a card game, but you're
And-
not
and
always
this is-
going to have
Yeah.
3 to 6 people.
Exactly, and this is a
around.
very quick game. I mean, we did this 2 games in, a half hour, and one of them was, going very slowly and discovering all of the rules.
Yeah.
So, it plays quickly. It can be played either 1v1. As long as the teams are equal, you can do basically arena teams for those who play WoW. Basically, you can do 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, as many class race combinations as you have.
And what I think is interesting is there's a lot of replayability to it. I mean, we decided to stick with our same classes and races
Yeah,
for this one, but I mean, I could play a human rogue next time. You
yeah,
could play
absolutely. I'm gonna.
Catfolk paladin, and so with being able to mix and match all those different ways, there's definitely some replayability
Oh yeah.
to it.
Yeah. So in this, the base set comes with. High elf, goblin, halfling, and human. No. High elf, goblin, dwarf, and human as the base classes. Ranger, druid, rogue, and paladin as the base classes. And I bought the second expansion pack, which is halfling and catfolk with cleric and dark knight as the classes. The other one is, I think it's like orc and fighter and something else. I just don't
I was
have
kind
it
of
yet.
surprised that a fighter class didn't come with this as a default,
Yeah.
which is why I went with paladin.
Fair enough. But sneaky stabbies always tend to get through paladins. I'm going to put up a card really quick. It's probably one of the coolest pieces of art from a card that I've seen in a while. I got to make sure all of my cards that I stole from you are put back in there. Okay, there is a Wall of Claws. I'm going to hold this up to the camera here. Look how cool that is. One, it can block 3 people of 2 defense, but it's just really cool watching. That art is really, really cool. Artwork by Nate Lovett. So,
Which the human female character reminds me of Zoe from Firefly. I'm not gonna lie, that's the reason that I picked human.
yeah,
Had nothing to do with the stats.
the cool thing is like each race has both a male and a female version of it. I literally just realized that. So, yeah, and it's the same stats either way, just so you could play as either male or female in our case, where,
Yeah.
Lady people are playing games.
Lady people play
Lady people.
games.
That's falsehood. Lady people do not play games. Anything else you want to talk about or say before we head on out of here?
No.
All right. Pick up Epic PvP from your friendly local game store. You can pick that up at serenitygames.com for $29.99 for the base set, $18.99 for the expansions.
It's a good fallback for when you invite a bunch of people over to play Cards Against Humanity and only one shows up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were going to do Smash Up today to work on that, but nope. Bree's the only one who loves me, so, there's that. So thank you for joining us, Bree.
Yeah.
I didn't do my catchphrase, but oh well, good game.
Thank you.
This has been a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network, where you put your geek in and geek out. For more geeky goodness, head over to geek-io.net. Copyright 2016.